So we can do it will work in packet tracer also. So anyhow, let me do in the CML, Cisco CML. If you want to do in the packet tracer, you can do in packet tracer also. This is supporting in packet tracer also. So here when I open, you will get the IP here. We need to type that IP in the browser. So this is the IP 192.168.45.120.142. I will go here, I will write here, and 142 they give this IP. Here the username, whatever we set at the time of installation, and whatever password we give at the time of installation. This is a CML, whatever lab I done I have here. So now I can create new, click add a lab, and then we can do the design the lab here. Add a node. We need 4 router, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we need 1 switch. We can take manageable or unmanageable, our wish. Even if I use unmanageable, no problem, because only we need to connect. So I can use this way to do this lab. If you want to change the name of this switch, just select and change here. Whatever new name you want to give, you can give that one. And here I will select, and here I will give the new name. I will say this is the R1. And here I will go, I will change the name here. This is the R2. And here I will go select like this and change the name here. This is the, sorry, where I can move like this. I selected here and I go here, I can write here R3. I can select here, I can change here R4. Any number we can give, and if you want to power on this device, we can power on also. If you want to move anywhere, we can move. If you want to power on, click here, start lab. So all device will start same time. And right click here, add a link. 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 Okay, so this is our topology we are going to use. If you want to move, just move like this. And now if you want to put the IP, whatever we are going to use, click here, then click where you want to put that one and write here 192.168.1.1/24. Okay, and this is the IP. You can move here. We need to assign to this interface. And then here I will go, I will put this IP here. I will click here, then I will click here. If you have facing any issue, refresh. Topology will come here. Again, you can just move like this and click here. And right here 192.168.1.2. Same subnet we will use /24. And if you want to make bold, you can make bold. If you want to move, you can move here. Wherever you want to keep, you can keep here. Select again here and click here, right here 192.168.1.3/24. You can make this bold and move wherever you want to move. And click here and click in this place and write the IP, whatever you want to give, 192.168.1.4/24. If you want to move this, select like this and move wherever you want to keep. Here you want to assign. This is our topology. Now I will take the console. This is the console of the R1. This is a console of the R2. This is a console of the R3. Console of the R4. We need to configure here. So we can start configuration. In the R1, I can do the configuration directly. I can write enable config t host name R1, and then we can write interface E0 by 0, and then I can write IP address 192.168.1.1, give space 255.255.255.0. Then we can write no shut and exit, and you can enable the OSPF. If you want to enable the OSPF, you can write router OSPF 1. Then exit, and we can use the interface method. Already we learned the interface method, right? If you want to enable the OSPF, we can enable with network command or with the interface method. Any one we can use. So here, this is the interface we have. So we can go under this interface and enable the OSPF. So here what I will do, I will write here interface E0 by 0, then IP OSPF 1, area 0. Then we have another interface. I will write, we have only one interface here. Okay, I enable OSPF to this interface, only this one. Now I will go to R2. In the R2, I can do here, I can write like, first of all, I can change the name of the device as a host name R2. Now we have the one interface, Ethernet E0 by 0. Here, if you see here, all are having E0 by 0 only. So inside E0 by 0, I will write IP address 192.168.1.2, give space 255.255.255.0, and we will write no shut. And exit, and write here router OSPF 1, interface E0 by 0, IP OSPF 1, area 0. Okay, here also I done. I save the configuration. Now I can go to R3. We need to do the same thing to the R3 also. I will change the name of the device. I will write host name R3 and then assign the IP address. Interface we have E0 by 0. Here whatever interface we have, that one. Here I am assigning this interface belongs to this device. Here, okay, we are not taking anything here, only here. This router interface. Now I need to assign IP, so we will write IP address 192.168.1.3, give it space, then 255.255.255.0, and we will write here no shut. Then exit and write router OSPF 1, then interface E0 by 0, IP OSPF 1, area 0. Okay, and if you want to write save, write WR to save the configuration. Same thing we need to do the R4 also. So I will write enable config T host name R4, then interface E0 by 0, IP OSPF 1, area 0, but it will not work. See here, because I did not assign the IP address here. I need to assign the IP. If I try to enable the OSPF without IP, we will get this error because router is going to get the router ID. If we did not assign the IP, they cannot get the router ID. That's why we are getting OSPF will not operate on this interface until IP is configured on it. So here we have here also, if you see OSPF process 1 is fail because we don't have the router ID. So first we will assign the IP. So I will write IP address 192.168.1.4, give space 255.255.255.0, no shut. Exit and then write router OSPF 1, interface E0 by 0, IP OSPF 1, area 0. Okay. So what we can say here, I enable the OSPF here. Then after that we can check here. I can write here show IP OSPF neighbor. When I put here show IP OSPF neighbor, you can see here we are having the DR and BDR. In this place we need to check who is DR and who is BDR and who is DR other. As we discussed in the theory, one guy will become the DR, one guy will become the BDR, and other remaining router will become the DR other. So this is that one. So what we can say here, how we will figure out which one is a DR, which one is a BDR. So if you see, I go in any router and I will write show IP OSPF neighbor. When I write here show IP OSPF neighbor, you can see here this is the neighbor ID. So already we know that in the R1 we configure this IP 1.1, in R2 we configure 1.2, in R3 we configure 1.3, in R4 we configure 1.4. So when we write here show IP OSPF neighbor, we will get this information. Show IP OSPF neighbor, when we write, we get this information, and here, so see here what